Hey, what's up, you guys? A few weeks ago, one of our followers, Efrain Cordova Jr., asked, can you talk about custodial accounts in the near future? Thanks. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do a video based on what he wanted to know.
Am I a hero? I really can't say, but yes.
I plan to do that every once in a while. I do appreciate your feedback, and anything that you guys want to learn about money, investing, finances, I would more than happy to do videos on them. For this video, I'm going to use one of my favorite resources. It's called Investopedia. If you guys haven't heard of Investopedia, I highly recommend it. It's a great resource on anything concerning finances, personal finances, wealth building, etc. As you can see here, they have the topic of a custodial account. And the term custodial account generally refers to a savings account at a financial institution, mutual fund company, or brokerage firm that an adult controls for a minor. Typically a person of age 18 or 21 years old, depending on the laws and the state of residency. So I'm not going to go over the whole thing. I'm not going to just read this thing too, but I'm going to point out some things that I think will be helpful to kind of summarize what it is. Now, there's two types of custodial accounts. There's the Uniform Transfers to Minors Act, or UTMA accounts, and there's the Uniform Gift to Minors Act, UGMA. Essentially, UTMA is just the legal term, if you will, to identify these types of accounts. So if you go into a bank and you say, I want a custodial account or an account for a minor, that's what they're going to designate the account as a UTMA. A UTMA is just broader than the UGMA, where the UGMA account only is for specific accounts like savings accounts, brokerage accounts, etc. The UTMA account allows you to put real estate, valuables, all sorts of stuff under that. And so essentially, the custodial account is you as an adult managing the money for a minor until they turn 18. Once they turn 18 or 21, I guess some states is 21, but once they turn that legal age limit, then the funds belong to that minor.
$40,000! I'm rich!
And they can come in and make withdrawals or take the money out whenever they want after that legal age limit. So essentially, you're just helping manage the money for a minor. Now, what I recommend is starting out with something very simple like a savings account. You just go to the nearest bank and say, I want to open up an account for a minor, and they'll set it all up for you, and then you can just make deposits into it. And what I recommend is doing automatic deposits from your paycheck to go directly into the savings account. Now, once you've established a small little fund into this account, let's say your goal is to reach $1,000 in this account, then you might want to think into going into a riskier account, like a brokerage account or a Roth IRA or 529 plan, which is for college. Then you'll just do the same thing. You'll reach out to one of these brokers or one of these financial institutions to open up an account, a custodial account for a minor, and they'll do the exact same thing. And then you just start depositing money into that account the same way you were doing into your savings account. You'll start then depositing money into this brokerage account, Roth IRA, or 529 plan account. Then when it's in this account, you can then start investing the money that's in that account. Now, if you're trying to build money for minors for the long term, I highly recommend doing something very diversified, like an S&P 500 index fund or an ETF that is spread among a bunch of different companies. To me, that mitigates the risk and just provides a little bit of more security for the long term for the minor. I personally think having a custodial account is a great way to get your children, if you have small children, started in life. Even if you save up a couple $1,000s by the time they're 18, that can be very helpful for their future.
But let's say you have a 3-year-old and you plan to add some money until they're 18 years old, which is the legal age limit in most states. And let's say you're going to contribute $50 a month to this account. And let's just say that the returns are going to be 10% for those 15 years. You calculate, and there you go, $20,723, which is a great chunk of change for someone starting out their adulthood.
And I wouldn't get wrapped up and confused or overwhelmed on, you know, which one's the best one. Is it a Roth IRA better for them, or a 529 plan, or a brokerage where I'm making a lot more money for them? I wouldn't get wrapped up so much on that. I would just start with the savings, just a savings, a basic savings, and just start with that. And then you just put a little bit of money in there every month or every quarter, every year, however you see fit. Because oftentimes it's just, you know, just getting started is the first step. So that's all I have. So hopefully the short, sweet explanation helps. Hope this helped you, Efrain, or anyone else that's watching regarding custodial accounts. It's pretty simple. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. It really helped me out a lot and motivate me to continue to do these videos and provide more value to you guys. I do plan to make these videos better and better every time, so your support means a lot to me. Well, that's it for today. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.